Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, where plant friends do what plant friends do. My name is Darylyn, and this is Pippa, and this is plant friend down the street. So I live in the Northern Hemisphere, and that means that right now it is spring. And I've just been getting so much incredible growth in my collection, and everyone is popping off and just looking so beautiful. So today, what I thought would be really fun and also really easy for me to do and really fast to do, because it's just not difficult for me to choose, is maybe talk about my spring, late May / early June favorites that I have in my house. Let me tell you, it was kind of hard to choose, but also really not hard to choose, because certain inhabitants of this household have just been positively glowing with radiance and rejuvenation now that we are in spring. So I've grabbed all of my favorites, and I thought really quick we would just chat about how pretty they are and how incredibly excited I am and the growth I'm getting, and yeah. So I think that this is going to be really fun. Seeing people's growth updates and seeing people's new leaves and all that kind of stuff is some of my favorite parts about the plant community. And I'm always sending pictures of my plants to my friends and like bothering them and blowing up their DMs. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this. So I've got them just sat all around me. I don't think that there's any real need to beat around the bush about what the inhabitants of this list are. And I think I'm just gonna go, it's like hard to, maybe I'll go common plant, premium plant, common plant, premium plant, you know, equal representation. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 favorites to show you right now. So let's get into it. The first favorite that I want to share with you guys today is this little baby cutie patootie Philodendron Brazil. Now I know that this isn't the most bougie, premium, expensive, rare plant out there right now, but I just cannot get over how cute it is, and especially in this little llama pot. This plant I started from a 2-leaf cutting from one of my friends out here in California, and it's just taken off and given me so much good growth. And the other thing that I really like about it is that it is giving me different leaves every time. Like some of them look like a typical kind of Philodendron Brazil leaf. The light is not working at this distance. Hang on, let me scooch some stuff. Okay, I think that'll be a little bit better. Hi, baby girl. I'm sorry. You're a good girl. You know, that one's probably more typical. And then some of them are coming out in like really fun patterns. This one, this newest leaf, is a half moon. And I just find myself really excited for every new leaf it puts out to just see what I'm gonna get. It gave me some that are just the full lime green too, like a lemon lime. So I just find myself really enjoying this little plant, especially since it came from a friend of mine. And since it is, you know, a more widely available, affordable plant, I don't feel a ton of pressure taking care of it. It's really chill, and I just feel like I'm getting so much more enjoyment out of it than I really have any right to, given that I got it literally for free, and it was a tiny little 2-leaf cutting, and sharing the planty joy is the best thing ever. So this one is extremely special to me. Also, it does not hurt that it is in a llama pot, so amazing. Okay, so my second favorite plant of the moment right now is this beautiful Philodendron L Choco Red. And oh my word, you guys, she is so pretty. I actually have multiples of this plant. I have 3, and the story of how that happened is, I mean, I think it's really funny, but maybe we'll talk about that another day. But look at the back of it. It is so red. Still, you can see on this leaf, they do kind of lose the red backing as leaves get a little bit older, but this leaf just came out so beautiful. And then look, she's already working on another one. Look at that big, huge caterpillar. Work, girl. She's like, I am earning my keep. I like it here. I want to stay. So I'm just completely head over heels for this plant. I love how dark this leaf is. It's so velvety. It's so soft. I'm not normally much of a leaf petter, but this is like, I mean, come on. This is exactly what you're looking for. Like, if you want a heartleaf, dark velvet philodendron, like this is it. Like, this is what you're looking for. So I just love her. It's especially awesome that she's doing so well now, because when I did receive her in the mail, unfortunately, she had a stowaway. She had thrips. Pip is dreaming, you guys. Oh my god, so cute. So it is extra special that she's doing so well right now, because it took a while for me to figure it out and handle the problem, but clearly she's doing well now. Plants that have an active thrips issue that are bothering them don't normally grow very well. So the fact that she's growing and thriving and looking stunning and doesn't have any thrips damage just goes to show you that she's really turned it around, and I'm super excited, and that's why this Philodendron Chocolate Red is one of my favorites for spring. So the next one is actually sat right back here. And this is a plant that I just don't see a lot of people singing the praises of very often. This is a Ficus Ruby. It's like a variegated form of ficus. It's like a form of Ficus tineke or tineke. The leaves tend to be a little bit pinkish, if you can see on the screen, if it's picking up the color. This one is kind of weird. Normally the leaves are supposed to come in pink, and then they gradually fade to white to look like a tineke. But this one, the leaves come in like a lighter color, and then they turn darker pink, and I haven't really seen any fade down. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't really care. I just really like this plant. And the reason that it is a favorite of mine right now is because I've had this plant for, I don't know, a year and a half maybe. And for the longest time, it didn't do anything for me. It didn't really grow. It just stayed a little, you know, bump on a log. And recently I repotted it into a much bigger pot. It was in a 4-incher before this, you guys. But I recently repotted it into this bigger pot and put it in a much brighter spot in my window right here, actually. That's actually where she lives normally, back there. And she's just been giving me such beautiful new growth. She's given me in the past couple of weeks like this nice big leaf. This was the first one I think that she put out, and now she's working on one there. That one's coming in new. So she's just been clearly really grateful that I finally am giving her what she needs, and she's definitely showing her appreciation, and I love that. I love seeing results. So for that reason, this little Ficus Ruby is another one of my spring favorites. Okay, who next? Let's do this one. So big and cast a shadow on my face. So this is my Anthurium Regal, and I actually imported this plant not too long ago. I think I got it maybe 2 weeks ago, not long ago at all. And it is just stunning. I don't know, some of you guys maybe who import plants fairly frequently kind of know that when you do that, it's really a roll of the dice of what the plant is gonna look like when you get it. Sometimes you get plants that are complete mush, plants that are just dried to a crisp, plants that look really awful and beat to hell, but are salvageable. And sometimes the plant universe and stars align and you get a plant that looks like this. She is so pretty. I love her. She's doing amazing. She has not shown even the slightest indication that she has any clue that she was shipped across the world, and I appreciate that. I've had her acclimating in some sphagnum moss, and I've been keeping her in my grow tent, and I think that's why she's doing so well. I don't have a ton of experience with Anthurium Regal, as you guys may have gathered, given that I just got this plant. However, I've heard that they're about in the same like difficulty level as Queen Anthurium. So I was a little nervous, but I went ahead and took the plunge because there was a really good deal. And I'm so glad I did. Like, look, she's so pretty. I'm obsessed. This is honestly the best looking Anthurium that I have in my house right now, and I can't believe that it's also, I think, the newest one. So she gets all of the credit for being amazing, and she came with 3 leaves. The other leaf is pretty cute too, and then there's a little baby leaf. So love, love, love this Anthurium Regal for obvious reasons, just for being perfect and being chill and, you know, welcoming herself into my house, into my collection. I could go on and on about this plant all day, but I don't think we have all day, so we will move on. Who's next? Oh, okay. So this is a very, very cute little baby. This is an Alocasia black velvet. So I am not really a super big Alocasia person. I've just heard a lot of nightmare stories about how they're magnets for spider bites. I've just heard a lot of nightmare stories about how they're magnets for spider mites, and I have been very, very fortunate on the spider mites front. I have not had a spider mites infestation yet, so I really was reluctant to get into Alocasia, but I am a sucker for a nice dark leaf. Look at her, she's so cute. I recently got this plant as well, and I got it from Cody, who runs the plant channel. He has awesome plants, and he had this listed for a really, really good deal, and so I decided to get her. And I just can't believe it took me this long to get this plant. I mean, this is exactly the kind of thing that I like. So cute. So cute. It arrived basically perfect. This shipping leaf took a little bit of a hit, but as you can see, it's already giving me a new one. So, not gonna lie, I'll probably cut that off once the new leaf comes in, but so cute. I can't believe it took me this long to get this plant. It's just exactly the kind of thing I like, and it's doing really well. It seems to really be loving the self-watering pot, and I keep it under a grow light, and I think that's really, when it comes down to it, all the Alocasia want. They just want like a lot of light, and they never want to dry out, and yeah, so Alocasia black velvet. What do you think, Pippa? Puppy break. Puppy break. Next, I gotta pick it up and it's heavy, guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Scooch Miss Regal over. Scooch Miss Choco over. Scooch. There we go. This will be a lot easier. Okay. So the next plant that I just haven't been able to keep my eyes off of lately, and is undoubtedly one of my favorites for spring. I mean, honestly, this plant is my favorite every day, every season. It is stunning. Clearly, it's easy to tell why I'm so obsessed, but this is my Monstera Borza Gianna albo variegata. I was on such a journey to get a variegated Monstera, you guys. I got a cutting last summer, and that cutting is tragically no longer with us, and it's very sad. But eventually I lucked out and found a rooted stem propagation that had put out a few leaves, and I did find it on Etsy, and it was the same price as that cutting that I had lost. So I decided to go ahead and get it. So glad I did, because when I was looking at the seller's website, it was one of kind of a crop of plants where the chunks were all variegated, but they were putting out reverted leaves. And the only leaf that it had for me to decide was this, oh, I hope you can see it, was this marbled half moon at the bottom. And so I was conscious of the fact that it did feel like I was maybe taking a little bit of a risk, but I went ahead and got it, and I'm so glad that I did, because every single leaf has just been prettier than the last, and it's doing really well for me. It's really happy. It's also, I think, really fun. This plant has like the best of every variegated Monstera kind of world, where it'll give me, you know, a lot of marbled variegation. It'll give me sectoral variegation. It'll give me like the marbled half moon leaves. It's really fun. And I love this albo. I love this plant so much. It's given me way less trouble than the other one. And the other thing too is that it caught thrips earlier in the season from Miss Thing over here, and she has definitely recovered. She gave me this beautiful leaf very recently. Like, I think it fully opened up like last week, and I'm obsessed, and I'm so happy that she's doing better now, and I can't wait to grow her to the ceiling. So that is my Monstera Borza Gianna, and I love her. Someday, my goal is to actually be able to use this albo as my Christmas tree instead of a tree. So I think that would be really cute. Okay, last but not least, we have this baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is a very special plant. This plant was my Philodendron white whale. I looked for this plant for over a year. Not even that I couldn't find one that was a good price, or I was, missing restocks or what have you, but I just couldn't find them anywhere. There were a few on Etsy, and there was one that I was considering, but then I noticed that the nursery specifically said that they would not ship to California, so I wasn't able to get that. But for those of you that may be a little bit confused, because this plant looks a lot like this plant, this is Philodendron Luxurians. And she is just I think that she's my top. I think she's my absolute number one favorite right now. I think this is my grab in a fire plant. She's just so pretty, and her leaves are so dark. And look at her. Oh my goodness. So she is so special to me that I actually did name her. So her name is Lucille. And these plants, these Philodendron Luxurians, they kind of get a bad rap as being really, really difficult to take care of. Like, you have to just blast them with humidity, and they're super finicky, and they melt in shipping, and all these things. And I just have not found that to be the case with this plant at all. She has just been growing for me nonstop. She's put out 2 leaves in my care since I got her. I got her beginning of April, and it's now the end of May. So it's been 7 or 8 weeks. And she's put out 2 leaves in my care. Both of them have been bigger than the last one. She's just dark, 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 and just lovely and velvety. Oh, velvety soft. The new leaf feels like very expensive Italian suede. Oof, girl. So she is my number one favorite, and I love her. Peppa, what's your favorite one? She's ignoring me. Baby girl. You want a snack? Oh, you want a snack? Pippa, do you have a favorite? You like them all? Pippa doesn't have a favorite. She likes them all. She can't choose because she's just a little sweet baby. Anyway, I think that wraps it up for today. Thanks so much for chilling with me, and I hope to see you again on this channel real soon. Bye.